Good afternoon, everybody. It's Nolan here. Hope everyone is well. So we had some good CPI numbers come out earlier. Let's just bring over the forex factory calendar. Yeah, so better than expected on the CPI month on month, better than expected on the core CPI month on month, as you can see. Expecting a minus 0.1 there, but actually came at positive 0.1, and expecting 0.3% there and 0.6%. So better than expected, which caused a nice bullish momentum in the dollar index. I'm just going to show you. Now, the dollar index itself is a bullish market, as you can see, producing nice higher highs, higher lows. Today's daily candle after that CPI news looking really, really strong, as you can see. Let's just draw in this break of the trend line here, just so you can see that. Now, obviously looking for that USD momentum to continue to the upside. I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of a correction though now. It's not often that markets just go in one direction without a correction or a consolidation. Like this, for instance, nice consolidation here. This was a correction here. Now, just looking at price action, I do like this little area here around about 109. Where you can see we had previous, if I just get my rectangle, we can see that support there, look, and resistance here. So this would be a really, really nice area for price to come back into, and I'll be looking for buyers to come in again. So, you know, you don't really want to be buying the US dollar at the moment. Ideally, we want to see a correction take place and then buyers to come in again, and then, you know, look to go long. So that's the ideal situation now. So unless you actually caught this breakout, wouldn't really get involved with you know, buying the US dollar right now. So that would mean, for instance, selling Aussie USD, selling pound USD, etc., etc. In fact, we'll have a little look at those. But yeah, I'd like to see it pull back, and I'd like to see buyers come in just to confirm that this isn't a flash in the pan for whatever reason. Actually, let me just pull over the latest heat map. This was taken a couple of minutes ago, actually. We can actually see that Kiwi and Aussie are suffering the most on the back of that news. The US dollar is obviously the strongest market. Kiwi and Aussie are the weakest, followed by GBP, so followed by the pound. And talking about GBP, we actually sent out a trade to our members last night. A little sell stop below yesterday's bullish candle, anticipating the strength in the US dollar was to come back into the market. So we had a little sell stop below there. The stop was above the high. Now the high got broken, but we left the trade on, and as you can see, the high is still there, and we are 61, you know, approximately 61, 62 pips in profit on that move. Now we're going to take off some money when price comes into this little zone here. You can see it's acted as support, so we're going to take off some profit, put our stop to break even, and then see if this does actually continue down. Now, looking at the bigger picture on pound USD, I do have this structure in play. Let's just get rid of this for a second. We've got this resistance up here, we have our support, and looking for price to come down and test this falling support trend line. As you can see, pound USD, really, really nice bearish market there. So we are looking for that to continue down, and we are actually live in this and in some nice profit now, 64 pips. So that's looking really, really nice. So I am looking for that to continue to the downside. Aussie USD, so Aussie was one of those markets which was one of the weakest, Aussie and Kiwi, the risk currencies. Now ideally I would like to see Aussie USD pull back and retest this little area here, this zone, around about 68.30, somewhere around there, where we can see we have resistance and support. So that would be the ideal textbook trade. Price to come back into this zone, reject, and look for further shorts. So let's just draw that in. So, you know, if we see dollar index maybe retrace to 109, we might see this, and in which case we might see pound USD have a little pullback as well, which is, you know, why we are going to take some money off the table down here and then move it to break even. If it does, then cool, we'll potentially get another entry into the market, and we'll already have banked some money, so that's kind of a win-win situation. But Aussie USD, nice pullback into 68.30 would be really, really nice, or a false break of this zone, just like we did here, would be pretty amazing. So that's what we're going to be looking for. Dollar CAD, let's have a quick look at dollar CAD, because dollar CAD could push back into our 132 resistance. Some real strong bullish 4-hour candles there, and look at that daily candle. But like I said, we do have resistance here, around about 132, so we could see price push back up into that level. So if we can get a pullback on dollar CAD, I mean, it's looking really, really strong at the moment. It would be nice targeting that 132 level, but it's whether or not we do get that pullback. Where would I be looking ideally? I mean, 130.50 would be brilliant, to be honest with you. I can see that was acting as 4-hour resistance here, which we've broken, but we never actually retested. So if price could come back into this zone here, that would be great. Whether it would, I don't know. There is another zone up here at 131, big number. That would be the most immediate place to obviously look for. So what I would say is, you know, set alerts around 131 and see what happens there. Because if we can get a morning star pattern or a buy set up here, then we can look to buy up towards 132. Looking really, really strong at the moment. Last time we had a strong move, bullish move like this, you know, there's a nice strong move here, look. And let me just draw a fib on this actually for you. If I draw a fib from the start of the move here to the end of the move here, actually pull back to a 61.8% retracement. So, you know, who knows, we could see something similar. Now that would mean drawing the fib from the start of the impulse here to the end of it. Now we don't know where the end of the impulse is until we start pulling back, but let's just say we take that top there as the market, as the top of the move. That would actually mean a pullback all the way down to here. So don't really know whether that is feasible to be honest, but take a look at this. The 50% retracement comes in around about 130.50, which is where I was actually looking at, somewhere around there. So that could be really, really interesting. 130.50, 130.46, somewhere around that 50% retracement mark. Could that be a nice little area to look for a buy setup? Coming back and look where the minus 27% fib is. That would be our first target. So if we're using Fibonacci, and it comes into about 131.89, so coming up to that 132 level. So that kind of makes sense actually. So keep your eyes on dollar CAD. Maybe a 50% retracement of the move. And Aussie USD looks pretty nice as well, but technically I'd like to see price come back into our zone here. Let me just get that price for you. You can see it nice and clearly with the zone, but we're talking about 68.27, somewhere around there, 68.25, looking for price to come back and retrace. Important that we see the rejection though, guys. Important that if we do see price retrace, important that we do see sellers come in. I mean, the alternative is to place a sell limit here, stop above the high. But the best way to trade this is to let price come back and to let sellers come into the market again, just to confirm that move for you. So in essence, you know, we are looking for the dollar strength to continue, but we are looking for a correction first and then for buyers to come back into the market. Okay, so 109 looks interesting. I'm just going to put the fib on this as well, again using the top of the market there as a potential end of the impulse. Looking at this, you know, maybe we could see deeper rejections. 61.8 actually. If we reject this zone here, sorry, if we actually break through this zone here, I should say, you know, we've got these lows here. Look at there where we found buyers before, and that could be a 61.8% retracement. So, you know, have a couple of levels in mind. 109 first of all, see how price reacts around there. If we continue to push to the downside, then this 108.44, 108.45, 108.50 zone could be of interest as well before we actually see buyers come in. It's a nice double bottom there, look, really nice. So yeah, keep your eyes 109 first of all. If we continue to push down, then we're looking around about 108.44, 108.50, looking for those buyers to come in. But we are looking for the USD bulls to continue that move to the upside, just in line, you know, with the bigger trend. But we do want to see a correction, and then we do want to see buyers come back into the market again. So just bear with it, you know, give it a bit of time, let that correction play out, see what happens. I wouldn't jump into anything right at this moment in time personally. You know, I always look for a correction. We don't know. This is a big move today, and yeah, it would be good to see a correction rather than jumping on this and potentially, you know, placing, let's just say for instance, the daily candle on Aussie USD closes like this. Literally, if you could place a stop underneath there and a sell stop underneath the candle low, stop above the high, that's a pretty big candle actually, pretty big stop loss. Imagine you just get triggered in and then it pulls back all the way up here. You're going to be panicking. Yeah, you're going to be thinking, why the hell did I put my sell stop there when, you know, I've had such a big candle. Look at this big candle here. Look how much it pulled back all the way up there. So we could get something like that. So always nice to wait and see if we get a correction and then get into the market, because it's going to give a better reward to risk for our trades. So keep your eyes open for those corrections. Fingers crossed we get them, and we get those dollar buys, dollar bulls come back into the market again. So a quick one from me, guys. But the dollar is the market of interest, so keep your eyes on those USD pairs. Okay, so that's it from me for today, and we will see you in the next video. Please like the video if you liked it, share it if you want to, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Catch you later, guys. Bye.